Hello, 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 hello. So, today has been a very eventful day in Wabash Court. Uh, Noi was supposed to appear. Uh, I wasn't there, but there are people that did attend. We also have a legal expert who will be coming up and explaining the legal implications for each step as we go through that. So, uh, remember, hit the like, share, subscribe. No rescue, no. So let's say hello to the chat. See who's about. So two that come in earlier. I don't know if they're here yet, but they were in here earlier when I was messing about. Uh, I thought you were kidding about Noi being locked up again till this came through my feed last night. I'm guessing she means, or he means, the video that was played last night. I thought the jailbird songs were a joke. So, how many arrests have to happen in order to be considered a habitual offender? And the other question is, how good is No Pete in Orange? Well, I'll leave that up to the chat to answer. Let's go over to the chat. Uh, Da, 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 da. Karen, as always. Hello. Hello, Karen. Karen's telling you to hit the like. If you don't hit the like, Karen will get you. How about that? Yeah. Da, 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 da. Aurora's here. Yeah. Aurora's here. Ron Logan's here. Yeah. Okay. Frank's here. Oh, Lee's here. Any new names? Oh dear. It's Meth 14. Oh dear. Wish Laura's here. Okay, so quick disclaimer for rescue. You are being punished with that wrench, so it will not be removed until your attorney gets in contact with my attorney. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Got to say hello to Ruckus. Have you had your medication, mate? Yeah, he's old. Yeah. Any new. Okay. So, first of all, last night, Noy Ramos did a jailhouse call. We will be playing that throughout this live. Alex, you might get a bit pissed off about that, but unfortunately for you, mate, I couldn't give two fucks. Yeah, you're a bit of a prick, mate. You're a disgusting man. You lied and said that you hacked a paedophile's phone. You didn't. Okay, so there's that. You you make up conspiracies. You go around. He goes around. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. He goes around Wikipedia entries and he deletes what's there and types in the nonsense that he believes. So, for the benefit of Alex the idiot, we will be playing clips from his live, and it will be used under fair use to educate you people on who not to watch. It will be a news reporting because it is this case that we are covering today, David Noy Ramos, and this is all done under fair use. That might otherwise be infringing. This is non-profit, educational, and used for tips balance in favour of fair use. Okay, so I completely messed that up, but you get the point. Yeah. So if you are, how did you come in here? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll come to that. Yeah. So Ruckus has taken his tablets. That's good news. That's good news. So he won't be as grouchy. If my legal expert would like to come up, Jinx, if you want to come up at any point to explain what happened in court today, that'll be fine. But my legal friend, if you are there listening, please do come up. We will not be using her legal name because we have idiots like the prof who like to harass, stalk, and fuck around and find out. So we will not be using that. Prof, be prepared because you are today's content too. Hello, bossy. Yeah, fuck around and find out. And here we have our legal friend. You might recognize them from chat. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Sound all right? Yeah, everything sound all right?
It's I've got a really bad echo on my end, but maybe I think I might have just fixed it. Nope, it's still there.
Oh, okay. Is there, guys? Is there any echo in the chat? Audio's fine in there. Do you want to try leaving and coming back?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So while Lee does that, she can explain what she does and things like that. This case is, as everybody knows, Noy from the Delphi case. He runs around, he caused a nuisance, he spread lies about people, and I recruited those people and created a channel. I didn't just do it for them purposes, it was just to have a laugh. But these people, however long gone, haven't give up on harassing, stalking, and lying about people. And here's one of those people now. You muted, Jinx, just so you know.
Oh yeah, hey y'all.
So there was a hearing today. Can you tell us what happened? Lee's back.
Oh yay, hi Lee.
Hello.
So hang on, before you start, Jinx. What I'm going to do is, if you explain what happened, and then Lee, you tell us why that could have happened, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so do you want me to start with the 21st, which was last week,
You can do if you want. Yeah.
or just today? Okay. So he turned himself in, I guess on the 19th was what the records reflect. And then he was supposed to be in court that following Monday, which was the 21st. He wasn't there whenever we asked the bailiff, and he said he couldn't tell us any information. So just know that he did not tell us any information. He just said that, there was a possibility, if he wasn't on the van for some reason, that there could have been an issue whenever they were loading him for some reason, or, something that happened before. He could have caused something he could have caused an issue and then they wouldn't have loaded him, obviously. So nothing happened Monday. And then fast forward to this Monday, today, when we went, again, he didn't show, he wasn't in the van or anything. But now we did talk to the clerk, and apparently, his attorney did speak to the prosecutor. So now we're just kind of waiting to see what happens from there. I just think it's funny that, he had to, most likely he did make a scene, and that's why he didn't get on the bus last Monday, or the van last Monday. And then he had time to make a plea to his attorney, to get him to not be able to have to show up in person today. And the whole reason is because he knows that we're going to be there. And this is the one and only time that he can't throw his phone and camera up in people's faces or record them or whatever, So he doesn't have a level playing ground, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Lee, if you can, look, what would be the legal reasons he didn't attend court today?
So can you guys hear me okay now?
Yes.
Yep, everything's fine.
Okay. It turns out it was my stupid dickhead fault that there was an echo, because I still had the live going in YouTube. So, but I figured it out.
People do that all the time. People do that all the time. I've been guilty of it plenty of times, so don't feel bad.
Well, I'm just thrilled I can figure it out. Okay, so there are lots of situations where a defendant in a criminal case might not have to come to court. A lot of pretrial conferences can be attorneys only. So if nothing substantive is going to be talked about, if no one's pleading guilty or it's not a suppression hearing,
right,
there's just no issue. If it's just about scheduling, a lot of times the judge will be like, fine, it's attorneys only. But typically that's decided in advance.
right.
If it's one of my cases and I didn't want my client to have to come for whatever reason, I would file a motion and ask that it be attorneys only.
Right.
So that's typically done in advance. It could be that he just was refusing to come and they didn't want to have to hog tie him and drag him. I'm not saying that's what happened, but that's a thing. Some people that are in custody just, make it physically difficult to move them and have themselves moved. And jailers don't want to start a bunch of shit or get into a bunch of shit when they don't have to. So it could be that.
Absolutely.
It's hard to say. I mean, there could be a number of reasons. It is a little surprising to me to have a defendant in custody not show up, because especially if he's been taken into custody on this fourth violation, and from what I can tell has yet to appear in front of the judge on this fourth violation. So it's
Correct.
a little surprising to me that a judge would agree that he didn't have to show up. But when we ultimately find out why that is, I'll be very interested as to how that all went down.
Same. I'm
Okay,
so curious.
So with that said, Jinx said that she spoke to the clerk and his lawyer had made contact with the prosecutor. So what could the possibilities be on that?
In terms of like what they were discussing, you mean? Is that what you're asking? Like what the defense attorney and the prosecutor may have been discussing?
Yeah.
It could be they could be trying to work out a negotiated settlement, and it's important to keep in mind with the current situation. Not only does he have this case where there are all these pending probation violations, and I've never seen anyone before get up to 4, and I can explain in a second why I've never seen that, but he's also got the new case, the new pending case, which the trespass case. So, they've got to, so that case has to be resolved either through guilty plea, bench trial, or jury trial. And then the probation violation issues have to be resolved in the older case. And those cases are currently set. They're tracking each other, meaning that they're being set on the same schedule. So typically when he's then brought to court, the judge will, in some form or fashion, be addressing both separate cases, the older case with the probation issue and then the newer case with the pending charges. But I suspect it's kind of work it out.
That's what I was curious about. Like I said, the first, I mean, for him to even have the first petition to revoke probation on his original drug charges, which he is still on probation for, the trespassing charge happened first. So that's why he even sought the first petition to revoke probation. And then, everything afterwards. I do want to point out that Judge Vanderpool kind of surprised me today whenever I was listening to another case. There was a gentleman and he had a third petition to revoke his probation. And, whenever the guy had asked about, bonding out and whatnot, and Judge Vanderpool said, on the third petition, he doesn't usually by his standards, he doesn't do a probation or a bond. He doesn't allow bond out. And I thought that was rather curious. I was just like, sir, I know somebody who recently had a third petition to revoke probation and you allowed them to bond out. But that was a nice little thought that I had. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So I can tell you, when I was talking to Frank earlier, I said, this is like a really interesting sort of case study in how different counties treat cases differently, because in Marion County, I have never in more than 20 years seen a judge set bond on any probation violation. If you violate your probation and they issue a warrant, you're sitting in jail till you either admit and take your lumps or you have a hearing and you prove that you didn't violate your probation. They don't set bond in probation cases. And so when I went back and looked, it looks like the first violation, which was the new trespass case, he didn't even get a bond. They just summonsed him. The judge didn't even issue a warrant in that instance. And then the second and third each had $1,100 cash bonds. And then this fourth one was no bond. And I suspect, again, I don't know, but I suspect that the judge was trying to give this man every opportunity to get his shit together and, get his act together. I mean, they don't, especially in these smaller communities, like they don't want people in their jails. They're not trying to ruin someone's life. And if you can get it together and start acting right and stop abusing substances and have a job, they want you to do that. It's really disruptive when you're incarcerated on a probation violation. People lose their jobs and their homes, and people don't, judges don't want that if they can at all avoid it. But I'm sorry, you have to stop taking drugs and you have to stop committing new crimes when you're on probation, or it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Okay. So last night during Alex's, whatever that was, Dave made some. He made some comments, and he said some things like he called Jinx Meth 14. I just want to show you guys this before we move on. Remember, I told you these guys are literally accusing people of what they are. We proved it with Snay on multiple things. We proved it with the prof. The prof's son is a convicted sex offender. He calls everyone chomo, paedophile, whatever he wants. Well, prof, you, sir, are going to get bit today. David Noy Ramos, 53, Wabash, charged with possession of methamphetamine on March 28th, 2025. Now, we believe that this is actually the charge and March is the violation. We've got the documents, so don't worry. We will be reading the important parts. I'll just show you the documents. So if anybody wants them, you can ask for them and I'll get them to you. But I'm only going to read the important parts. So this is for... Wait for it to come up. Come on. This is Jinx. I don't know if you've seen these, but I'll send them you anyway afterwards. This is for petition to revoke probation. This is offence 1. Okay, so here's the affidavit for it. Sorry, it's so easy to say affidavit. And the date on this would be January, correct? So
yeah,
January.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this
January.
one.
This is the.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just waiting for it to come up on my screen. As soon as it comes up, I'll read it. If I quickly read it, on December 30th, 2024, in the Wabash Superior Court, under the cause number, we don't need to read that out. The state of Indiana filed information and probable cause was found alleged that the defendant committed the following offence: trespass, a Class A misdemeanor. The defendant is set to appear for initial hearing January 27th. Therefore, this officer would respectfully request a petition to revoke probation be filed against the defendant and that a hearing be set to address this matter. Lee, do you want to go over that?
Yeah, so let me just say this. So there are like standard conditions of probation that most judges in most courts in most counties impose. And judges do have some leeway about what conditions they impose, though, and what they don't. But it is always a violation of your probation to commit a new offense. So if they're now, the fact that a court has found probable cause that he's committed this new offense is not sufficient, because in order to prove that he actually violated, the state will have to prove by a preponderance of the evidence that he violated, that he committed this new offense, not by probable cause. Preponderance of the evidence is a higher standard than probable cause, but it is always a violation of your probation to commit a new offense. So the fact that a judge found probable cause to believe that he had committed a new offense was sufficient to support the filing of this probation violation.
Interesting. So I also wanted to know what could be the, implications for, openly lying about what he's being charged with. Like, basically, he said last night that Jinx and Rescue had called the police and had him, what's it called? Had him.
Oh, there would actually be a police report. There would actually be a police report on that, and I'm submitting a request for that because if I called and reported him, there would be a report and there would be a record of it with my name on it as the person who reported him. I didn't report him, so that's a lie, and neither did Rescue. Actually, the person I'm pretty sure who reported him commented on that video that they were trespassing on a family member who was renting that property that their
that's true.
other family members.
I've shared that before.
Yeah.
I've shared that on one of my many lives.
Yep.
So that's true, yeah. They commented saying what you're doing is disgusting. That's that because it's their family's property, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't just trespass onto a crime scene, though the property was probably deemed, it needs to come down and whatnot. It was still their property. So, Noi, well, you can't hear me because you don't have that privilege. So I will just speak out as if I am speaking to you. Welcome, Simon. Good to see you. It's always good to see you. Yeah, I will talk as if I am talking to you, Noi, because sadly, you're not allowed. You're not allowed the privileges of the internet. So, my question would be to you, Dave. Why did you say last night that you had 2 violations when in fact you have 4? Are you trying to hide something, Dave? Well, I've got news for you, Dave, and you, Robin. I always come prepared. I'm not going to pull a live unless I'm prepared. Robin said he was an honourable man. His son is a paedophile. Here is, this is second petition to revoke probation. Here we have the affidavit. And now I'm going to read the key part to you. What's the date on this one? March, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that's the one from
March.
March.
Yeah. So March's would be, here we are, March 8th. Just give it a second to load. Now, on March the 8th, 2025, the defendant contacted the drug screen check-in system and failed to report for a required randomized drug screen. On March 10th, this officer contacted the defendant, directed him to screen on March the 11th, 2025. On March the 11th, 2025, the defendant reported as directed and submitted a urine drug screen. That was collected by the officer following a standard testing procedure. The results of the defendant's screen indicated positive use for cocaine. Ladies and gentlemen, remember I said these people project what they're doing onto others. Now, Robin, we've actually got you on film smoking crack, mate. So you be very careful what you say. On March 12th, this officer received client termination report from Wabash County Alcohol Drug Program. Won't say his name. It's not important. The report indicated that the defendant was terminated due to non-compliance with the program. So he admitted using cocaine as well. Therefore, this officer respectfully request a second petition to revoke. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, last night on whatever you call that last night, David Noes Ramos said he was on 2 violations and they were unrelated to what I've just read out. Now, here's the third, because yes, David Noes Ramos has been a naughty boy. Lee, would you like to explain anything in there that people might not know? Like, okay, so it says termination report. So why would there be a termination?
So it looks like he was, so I believe he had been participating in drug court based on a prior case, not the meth case that he's on probation for now, but I think he was participating through drug court, either through a prior case or sometimes in small counties where they don't have a ton of resources, like things will overlap. So if you are ordered to do drug treatment or any kind of substance abuse treatment and they don't have a separate program outside of drug court, sometimes probationers and drug court participants will participate jointly. I don't know what the situation in Wabash County is, but that could be a reason.
I'm actually pretty sure that there is a prior drug case that correlates with the drug program that he's on. And then he also got the additional one in the 2022 case, which is he's still on probation for. So I think there is a prior drug case that he got charged for.
Okay.
I'll have to double check, but I'm 90% positive of that. There's another case.
So the other thing I would point out just about what's up on the screen right now is if you recall back to a few minutes ago when Frank showed the first probable cause affidavit for the first petition to revoke, all the probation officer asked for was that the matter be set for that he be given permission to file the violation and that the matter be set for a hearing is what it requested. Here, he specifically asks the probation officer specifically asks the court for a warrant. So this, I think, is kind of indicative of the probation officer being like, yo, I've had enough. He's already been in on one violation. We've already alleged one violation. It seems maybe Mr. Ramos is not taking this seriously. So we need to ramp this up a little bit. And I'm asking the court to issue a warrant, which in this situation, the court actually did issue a warrant. He set an $11,000 bond, but he was allowed to pay 10% surety bond. So he only had to pay, I say only, I don't mean it like that. That's a lot of money. He had to pay $1,100 to a bondsman, basically.
Does he use meth and cocaine? Most likely. You've seen how he acts. So you heard what Lee said there on that. Here is, ladies and gentlemen, the third violation. Yes, David's been a very naughty boy, and he has a third violation. Let me just get through these comments. Was terminated due to me. Okay. I'm sure it timed out. He was still messaging because I seen Alex was messaging. I don't know. I went there, so look up stalker in the dictionary. Yeah, you would. It's true. Listen, you notice how there's more than one name there. What does Prof always say? Gang stalking, ladies and gentlemen. Kettle black. So that's 3. So yeah. So here is number 3 for you. Before we get into the phone call, we'll go through these, and then we'll go at Prof. Because, well, he acts like a paedophile and be treated like one. Third petition to revoke probation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, some of you are going to say, "Oh, that's not him. It's not him. Oh, this, that, the other, and all that nonsense." Well, take it somewhere where someone gives a fuck, because I don't. Okay? So, here's the affidavit for it. You will see why I can prove it. I've got things popping up on my screen. Hang on. Yeah, you will see an identifying feature. I believe this. Now, let me just check this because the dates have gone off that one. This is, what's the date on this? June, isn't it?
Yes.
January. So, okay, so this is it. So here's the important part of this affidavit. Yeah? Because we come with facts. On June 7th, 2025, the defendant was scheduled to perform at the Copper Tooth under the stage name venue free. Between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m., the Copper Tooth is a. Oh, sorry, I read that. Okay. So that was between 7 and 10 p.m. The Copper Tooth is a bar in Wabash, Indiana. On the 12th of June, this officer contacted the manager of the Copper Tooth, Bob Whitmer. Oh, okay. Who confirmed the defendant, who is well known as Noy, performed under the stage name Venue Free. So nowhere, and we will get, like Jing said earlier, we'll get the police report if there is one. But if there isn't one, it turns out the probation officer was just doing his due diligence.
I mean,
Therefore,
yeah,
this
I don't
officer
know.
would respectfully request a third petition to revoke probation. Okay? Do you
I'm sorry,
understand
did you
that,
say third?
Carol? Yeah.
Did you say third?
Carol,
You did say third.
third.
Third. Okay, we're on the
Yeah.
third. So first, second, third. Got it.
Yeah. So, Carol, Rebecca Ann, all you idiots, that's the third. Yeah. Last night he said it was the second. Naughty, naughty.
Can I say something
Okay.
about this? Can I say something about this real quick?
Oh,
Yep,
please
okay.
do.
So this may seem like a dumb thing to like get locked up for, right? Like going in a bar. And I totally understand that. But if you remember back to what I was saying earlier about like standard conditions of probation, I actually went and looked up his standard conditions, and one of them says, quote, further, you shall not enter any establishment where alcohol is sold by the drink, except for restaurants providing family dining, allowing for children under 18 years of age, or where alcohol is the primary product sold. Now, that may seem harsh, right? Like you can't go in a bar, you can't get a drink, but you're on probation and they get to limit your freedom and your rights when you're on probation. And so to people who might say, well, but that's how he makes money and he plays in a bar and whatever, I would just say this. He did not have to sign these conditions in probation. He could have taken a custodial sentence instead of probation. But when you agree to go on probation, you agree to follow the rules. And he could have also said, you know what? I didn't realize that was in the standard conditions of probation, and I need to go into that bar to play music to make a living. He could have asked the probation officer to modify the conditions. He could have filed something with the court asking to modify the conditions. But what you don't get to do is just ignore the conditions of probation that the judge has ordered. It's an order from the court. It is not optional. So it may seem overly harsh, but those are the rules, and you either play by the rules or you get locked up. Sorry.
Yeah, agree.
No, that's fine. So, just so you know, Prof, yeah, you keep talking about charges and that. Well, guess what, mate? We got a lawyer. Yeah. So maybe watch your mouth, yeah, in future on who you're calling a meth head, who you gang stalk, yeah, who you make threats to on your little fucking posts. You never say my name though, do you, Robin? No. What you did do though is you ran your mouth when that little narcissist was running around. You notice she's gone now. There's a fucking reason for that, mate. A fucking reason. Yeah. You'll be gone soon when I'm finished with you. And yeah, you can take that as a threat if you like, Robin. If that's what you like, mate. If that's what gets you off. Let me just get through these comments. Okay.
Okay, babe.
I'm done. Okay, babe. Okay, so this is number 4. Yeah?
4.
4. If anybody wants these, what Lee just explained as well, he's actually in every single affidavit. It's the reason I'm not reading them out, because it's information that's not, it's not maybe I should have read it out once, but it's not important to me doing this live. But thank you for that, Lee. Here I'll show you quickly. In here, it's got his conditions. I believe I was reading them earlier, and I was like, "Why am I reading the same stuff over and over?" And then I remembered it's a court filing. Yeah. And here we have the violation. Now, David. Yeah, you have been going round and you have been calling people meth heads and all this crap. Yet here we are. Here we are, mate. On July 8th, 2025, the defendant reported and submitted a urine drug screen without incident. Total court service technician collected the drug screen following standard procedures. The test resulted in a positive result for use of cocaine. For those at the back, cocaine is a powder. You break it up, you sniff it, or you smoke it. What form he had was most likely sniffing form, but that's not important. The defendant proceeded to admit to the technician that he had used cocaine. But see, that's the thing, David. You're on probation. You don't get to do what you want. It's like now you don't get to watch this live. Therefore, this officer would respectfully request that a fourth violation, a petition to revoke probation, be filed. So all these lies you've been told about Dave, that Mr. Voorhees likes to spread because he's literally he would be popular now if he was in fact telling the truth. Now, I put this out to you now, Alex. If you don't like this live, fucking hack me. Hack me, take it down. I know you won't, because I know you can't. So, ladies and gentlemen, David Noy Ramos has a bit of a numb nose. Quickly go to the chat and then we'll go over the clips that I've got. Jinx, I will allow you to respond to these clips because your name is mentioned and you are accused of, doing things.
That's fine.
Do you know all these fancy books, lean words that Lee's using? Hello, Tippy. I've just seen that Tippy's come in. Welcome. Tippy, if you can just write in the chat as well if you're still here. Are you in my Discord? Because we've got someone in there and we don't know who it is. But you find it. But I'm pretty sure it's you.
That's hilarious. By the way, I would like to say I'm a little disappointed. I heard that there was going to be people from Texas that was going to be there today. A pastor, somebody flying a drone, and I was there and there wasn't nothing, none of that. I'm a little disappointed. I thought that was going to cut right. There was going to be an entourage there to greet me.
Yeah, using an ex-police officer as a threat as well.
Right. I mean, wow, that's really cool of you, dude. You literally did do that. Used your retired cop buddy to say he was going to threaten to use the drone to. Yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting. Interesting comments. I'm sure Joe Swisher really appreciates that.
I'm just going to stay here. Well, you're always welcome in there if you ever manage to log in again.
Randy, that I told you today. I said I expect to see some footage from behind some bushes of us walking, in and out of the courthouse today. I expect it. I hope to see those bushes too that they're, peeking out through, Randy.
I'll tell you what, I'll do a members only and I'll talk you through it if you want. I won't boot you just in case one day you work it out. Yeah, I've got jinx in there. No one's going to believe that.
Shit, shut up.
Oh, spirit
That was
box.
the fart box. Lord fart box.
Yeah, it wasn't the smartest move, Dave, what you did last night. But yeah, under the fair use, I'm going to just quickly flash that for you, just so Alex is aware. I am using his clips under fair use, whether he likes it or not. Copyright strike me all you want. You can't do that anymore. It has to be a complaint. Thank you. So we are going to play Alex's live. We're going to do it under fair use. And the reason we're doing it is to educate you people on what these idiots are doing online. What they are doing is they are lying, they are spreading misinformation, and they are projecting themselves onto you. So this is educational. Not only that, but it's a news reporting because it's part of this case. Yeah. And I am teaching you guys what I can teach us about gang stalking. Okay. So, clip one. Ladies and gentlemen, seatbelts on. I'm going to take a nap because I've watched this.
Carried by combined public communications. Three-way or call waiting is not allowed and may automatically disconnect this call. This call is subject to monitoring and recording. If you are an attorney or designated legal counsel, contact inmatesales.com at 702-931-3938 to have your number set to do not record. Please select from the following options if you consent to this call being recorded, and to accept this call, dial 1 now.
There we go.
Your call has been accepted.
Can you guys hear it?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Noe? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Fuck yes. We're live, dude. We're going. We're shredding it, dude. Can you guys hear it?
Are we?
Yeah, we're already live, man.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me. It's good to still be making waves, and having the platform, bro. I mean, we started these interviews, and it's good to still have them going,
Hell yeah, dude.
This new series that we hopefully will be doing, and Cage the Birdman series from Inside the Cage, follow-ups, and just informational interviews that I'm looking forward to. Thank you for giving me the platform.
No problem, man. It's good to fucking schedule it together, dude. That goddamn, dude. It's a lot of miracles going on right now, dude. I'm loving it.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. I do need the support. I do have limited funds. I'm not in the streets,
Yeah.
But I do need the support. If people, if your audience appreciates what we do and they want to help out, that would be amazing. So we could have more of these interviews from inside the cage, live from inside the cage.
Yeah, so if you want to put money on Noe's books, yeah, my last community post has the info to put money on his books, and you get if you want to do Cash App or Venmo, you can send me that. I'll put it on there.
Well, before we go any further, I want to thank there's no way for me of knowing who deposits. The deposit just shows up. So I want to, ahead of time, thank whoever deposited $20 to make this happen. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was you or
No.
someone else.
Yeah, man. I'm about to lay some some money down. Yeah, I told them before you got on. Thank you to whoever did that, 'cause that was sick.
The way this is gonna work, I suppose we can do 3 15-minute calls, which would be for a total of 45 minutes. And, at the 2-minute warning, we will get a notification, and we'll have to end the call, and then I would have to call you back. And the way I had it laid out was just a basic informational first segment, and then maybe the second segment we can get to the meat and potatoes of the
Hell yeah, dude.
interview. And then, the third segment, we can address the audience.
Yes.
As we go with this.
I'm down with that.
To give them the opportunity to get involved. I don't know how many people you've got.
Yeah, there's a
right
couple
now.
already, man. I could see the questions
You wanna read
too.
some of them?
Yeah, so somebody said they tried to put money on your books, but the site sucks. So, we got that taken care of. And then Carol, Lisa's in there, a couple people, Trial Junkie.
Carol,
And
also.
Okay. So Sleuth asked what you missed. We went over his violations. Oh, Jesus Christ! Sorry about that. If you know what it is, it's because the audio doesn't work for one of the videos for me, so I play it through my phone. Yeah. So Sleuth asked what he missed. It's just a case of the actual like the violations, the court documents for that. If you want them, I can get them to you if you want them, like just to read through or whatnot. Yeah, he's in jail. He's been a naughty boy. Cocaine, yeah, cocaine, trespassing, and playing at a venue that has alcohol. That's against his probation. So, is there anything in there that any of you two want to respond to?
Well, nothing substantively, but like I don't know, and maybe this is just like further proof that he's unwell in some way, but I don't know why you would think this is a good idea to like call and
Yeah.
yak about this stuff that you haven't been to court yet on.
Well, I can tell you why. The reason, yeah, so he's basically a narcissist has to project. They have to be seen. I learned this from a narcissist who claimed everyone around her was a narcissist. And yeah. So yeah, we were just on about that as well, Sleuth. He likes to project. He loves to project. He in jail for meth and cocaine trespassing. Yep, all them things. So yeah, that was just basically their introduction. We haven't got to the firecracker yet, have we, Jinx? I can't wait for you to respond to that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Doy makes a lot of accusations in this live, and Alex allowed it because Alex didn't think there'd be any repercussions. Alex, lube up, boy, lube up. And if you do have an issue with me playing these clips under fair use, Alex, you can put in a copyright complaint. That is fine. I will brush it aside. Also, you can hack me like you claim that you are a brilliant hacker, and you can take the video down yourself. There you have it. So let's play the next clip, which I believe is the juiciest of them all. But
Oh.
I've uploaded one twice.
He's gonna watch this later. He's probably already watching it. Stage the twink.
So that's a quick explanation as to how we ended up in this situation. How we can't be doing this live streams, like from the West River, for example, like we did before. But yeah, so rescue all the pedophiles and Meth Lab 13 and Anthony Greeno reported me, so I have to answer for those violations, which I must announce that I do have a hearing scheduled tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So my message to Courtney and Kimberly is tomorrow we'll be back in the courtroom, and how they have made it a habit to follow me in all my endeavors, most of my endeavors that are my personal issues in my personal life. I assume that they will be there tomorrow and they're welcome, but they must be aware that they will be under the scope. I have a friend, a retired Indiana State Trooper, who will be flying his drone around the courthouse. I do have a couple of friends from an organization in South Texas that I belong to who will be making the trip to Wallace, Indiana to do a sort of like a tour patrol sort of effort around the court building. So they will be monitored. And more than anything, Jinx will be highly monitored for putting a hit upon myself to cause bodily harm on me. It's been confirmed. Jinx
Can you hear me?
decided, excuse me?
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you. I was making sure it didn't cut out. You're good.
Jinx decided to choose the wrong person to communicate during a proceeding June I believe it was June 19th. I can't remember the exact date, but her and Kimberly were there, and she was caught on video ordering and communicating with an inmate who was there for a hearing.
The people that went to play, but Jinx, I will give you your chance to respond after I've just explained what's in this clip. In this clip is absolute bollocks. Yeah, it's absolute bollocks. What he's doing is he's laying out threats. Yeah, what he thinks he can do is intimidate women. And I'm here to tell you, Noy, right now, you can't intimidate a sausage, mate. I hope your foot long for lunch build you up. Go on, Jinx. Would you like to respond to that?
Well, like I said, there was nobody hiding in any bushes or making their rounds at the courthouse with, monitoring anything. There was no drones up in the air.
So are you saying that it wasn't like Mission Impossible?
It definitely wasn't. And, the bailiffs and everybody have obviously become familiar with my face and Rescue's face, and they're always really nice and polite. The one bailiff, he actually kind of jokes around with me now, because when I was going down the stairs, he was like, do you want me to get in front of you? I'll break your fall, and I was like, no, it's okay. But no, I mean, they're all really nice.
One second, Jigs. I just want to highlight this because this pertains to Frank Meister. The prof's been saying Frank Meister put out hits on Richard Allen, which we all know is nonsense. And they're pretty much hits. What Robin keeps saying he's going to do. His hits are he doxes you. That's what he does. Noy.
No. See, he's misconstruing the thing here, though. Like it's called the greatest hits, and it's going to be his like all his greatest hits. You know, starting with the Choo Choo
Oh.
Train song. It's the greatest
Oh.
hits. Like I don't know why he's so
Oh.
upset about it. I figured he'd be happy that I was doing the Choo Choo Train for him. You know, carrying on his legend.
Lee, while we've got you on here, because you know this stuff and I don't, would you say there's any legal issues in what Noy was saying on the phone? Like the way he was saying he's got an ex-police officer and things like
Yeah.
that?
I'll tell you what I heard on that clip. I heard him committing another fucking crime. It is the crime of intimidation to threaten someone with retaliation for them engaging in a lawful act. And going to court to watch an open court hearing is a lawful act. So when he is threatening you, if you engage in that lawful act, that is the crime of intimidation. So I ain't telling anyone what they should or shouldn't do. But if it were me, I'd be getting a copy of that video. I'd be sending it to the fucking prosecutor in that county and see if they would charge him with a new offense. Because listen, I have defended intimidation cases in the past, and very rarely did they actually have my client on video threatening someone the way we just all heard. So this is why you maybe don't go on someone's live stream from the fucking county jail flapping your yap without talking to your fucking lawyer first, because you commit new crimes. Maybe don't be criming on the live stream. Sorry for my bad language, but it's ridiculous and outrageous.
Yeah. That's why I laugh at it. Like it's kind of comical because I mean he's already in jail and he still doesn't know how to put his shovel down. Just keeps digging the hole deeper.
Yeah, just to let everyone know as well, I've lifted the ban on gifting memberships because people say they prefer to do it that way. We was having a lot of bad people get the memberships, but I made an executive decision. I literally don't give a fuck. If people want to watch my members and moan about us talking about them or what we're planning to do in a live, then so be it.
You know, I recently heard someone admit that they bought someone's membership just so that they could hear their, you know, I think it was $1.99 membership that they had to pay just so that they could hear their members only live where all they did was bash them. And I'm just, why would you pay a subscription to somebody that you don't like to hear them badmouth you? It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know.
Because you're a masochist. Because you're a masochist and you get off feeling like a victim. I mean,
see, like I've moved on. I'm covering cases now, but I will come back every time I have to when Robin and Noy get a little bit too big for the boots. I put them back in their little boxes. Remember, Robin, you say the word paedophile quite a lot in this live, and the word paedophile is spread around your family quite a lot. Your brother, convicted. Your son, convicted. You mirror your son's actions. Anyone can get the documents and read it, and in the documents that I put out first, those documents do state that what's it called? Your son wasn't convicted, but we know he was. Certain things were brought up later. So, pointy, looky, here's my middle finger. Right, so the next clip is actually the clip that I wanted Jinx to respond to. I apologise in advance because, again, it's bullshit.
And I can start the program. Just a basic intro, nothing spectacular. But this is a continuation of the interviews that we had started. This series, we would like to
That's right.
From inside the walls, live from inside the walls, and basically, I like to explain, but people deserve an explanation, and as to why am I here. So, what happened here is that back in February there was a house fire, and I went to record a video, a YouTube video, and rescue all the pedophiles, um, Kimberly Claxton and Ness Lab 13, Courtney Barris, reported me with my local law enforcement. So therefore, I got a trespass citation of that, and which resulted in a violation. And most recently, I had some friends who came over from Nashville, Tennessee, to perform music, and I entered a winery and bistro, a popular sponsor in Wabash, Indiana, known as the Copper Tooth. I enter that establishment, which is a winery and bistro and a music venue, and I entered there to perform music. I was compensated $100 an hour for my performance, and Anthony Greeno was able to wiggle his way into reporting me for entering a place where they serve alcohol. So there came my another violation. Therefore, I checked myself in to the Wabash County Hyatt Regency Inn here in Wabash, Indiana on July the 19th, a little over a week ago, to answer for these violations. So this is why we are doing this from the comfort of the
So I just seen Sleuth's comments about Keegan Klein. That's very true. So who's rescuing all the pedophiles? Seen Sleuth's comments about Keegan Klein. That's very true. So who's rescuing all the pedophiles now? Yeah, I believe you are, mate.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys heard in that, but Noy said he was compensated $100 an hour. So why is Snay broke? Yeah, why is Snay? Well, we know why he's looking like death lately. It's because he tried to tango with me, and now he's running a shit show. I'm not quite sure if he's still going by Delphi After Dark. He definitely doesn't put on Delphi content anymore because, well, there is none, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. People might be going over the case and things like that, but there is nothing new going to come out regarding to that. So he has nothing new. Now, Jinx, would you like to respond to the accusations made against you by Mr. Footlong Swallower?
Okay, first of all, keep Rescue's name out your mouth, darling, because it's not gonna be a good day for you in the end of that. And as far as I just want to point out, like Lee said in the chat, it's funny how he's just bringing up the trespassing charge and then claiming that somebody else reported him for being in that bar with anybody. I'm sure he knows because he's probably seen his own discovery and seen the police report for whoever called in and reported him, because that would be on record, by the way. And it probably wasn't even the person he's claiming, because again, he's claiming that me and Rescue turned him in for trespassing. And again, that's not true. Pull the police report, because next time I had to order it, I couldn't just go in and get it from the sheriff's department like you used to. You got to order it online and whatever, and then pick it up. They'll let you know when it's prepared, yada, 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 which I am going to do that just to prove that it wasn't me and it wasn't Rescue. So there's that. And again, how are you just going to just gloss over the fact that you failed 2 drug tests And that's 2 of the petitions to revoke on your current probation. So you have a total of 4, and 2 of those are failing drug tests for cocaine specifically.
Yeah, cocaine. We have it. We have it in writing. I wonder how Prof will spin this, because you know what he'll do. He'll run around. Lee, if you're still here, I can see you muted. Do you see any legal implications in what Noy said there in that phone call?
Just that last clip, you mean? So,
Yeah.
So look, is he lying? Sure he is, but he's not under oath. So like there's no like
Right.
distinct legal trouble for that. But here's the thing, right? If his lawyer is trying to negotiate some kind of agreement or settlement or plea to resolve the trespass and the probation violations, and then he's going on these lives and being like, well, I didn't do any of this and this is all set up and blah, blah, blah. If I'm the prosecutor, I'm going to be like, this dude's not taking any responsibility for his actions. Fuck him. I'm not giving him a plea. So
Right.
again, are his statements themselves like illegal? No, but there can be other
Right.
repercussions of that. Like people aren't going to want to help him resolve his case. It's just dumb. If I actually feel really bad for his attorney because no, I do, because you tie your lawyer's hands when you do shit like this. I mean, just keep your fucking mouth shut and let them help you. Like
absolutely.
You're just making it harder on yourself. I mean, if he were my client, I would be so fucking pissed off right now.
No, I agree. I don't. I would. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys can remember, Noy jumped on my panel the once and he berated me for being an alcoholic. Yeah. Well, 11 months sober, ladies and gentlemen. Can Noy say the same? I can legally say no. Why can I legally say no? Because, well, I can legally say whatever the fuck I like.
Well, last time I checked, alcohol isn't an illegal substance. It's legal, as long as you're over 21, you're more than welcome to purchase it, unless you're on probation, of course, and you have those circumstances. But cocaine is illegal, period.
Yep. So, 11 months sober, suck my arsehole. Thank you, Rescue. Yeah. That's 20 quid you owe me now. Thank you for that. Yeah, she's been a good mod in the chat.
And if somebody was going to report him, especially like he said, Greeno of all people, I figured Greeno would have reported him whenever Noe was running in and out of the doghouse because, that is a bar. It's not a pub. It's not a family diner that offers alcoholic beverages. It's a bar. So he got lucky there. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm hearing Frank's comment because he said mate in British accent.
Don't
thank you, Delphi resident. Took a year to come to that conclusion. Okay. Not sure what that's about. Okay. So where was we? So the next part of this is, again, bullshit. But we're going to play it because we are going to respond to the prof and Alex the hacker who can't hack me to take this live down and all that. I mean, if I was Alex and I was a hacker, I'd be all up in this stream. I'd be like, yo, what you saying shit about me for? Yeah. I got Adrian to leave her husband. Yeah, and what? She looks like she's been dragged through a hedge. Yeah. Okay. So here we go.
It was captured. The bailiffs, the court security, Judge Vanderpool, my attorney, the prosecutor in the community of Wabash, Indiana. Both the Wabash Police Department and the Wabash County Sheriff's Department are very well aware that Jinx attended that hearing to put a hit to bodily harm upon me. And that will be monitored very closely tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So that's my message to Kimberly and Jinx. See you in the morning. We'll be there. And that's taken care of.
Yeah.
So the outcomes that I'm looking at are a month of release, which I kind of want to go that direction, which I've been in that direction before. But the worst case scenario is a period of vacation for 9 months, which would keep me checked in here at the Wabash County Hyatt Regency in Wabash, Indiana, for about a period of about 9 months. Now, anything could change. You know, my counsel, my legal counsel has done a...
This call will be terminated in 2 minutes.
For the 2-minute warning. Okay. But my counsel has done a phenomenal job on my case, and I am very confident that between him and the prosecutor are going to come up with the best outcome for the best of my interest.
Hell yeah.
So that's what's happening in terms of that, right? Otherwise, I'll be gone till November. So
Shit.
I'll be till November, January, February, March, April, May. So at this moment, we're going to cut the first segment so that I can reload the phone call. We're about to get
Cut off, yeah.
we're about to get off the phone. Oh, so let me get off the phone. They're giving me an order to get off the phone, so I will.
This call will be terminated in 1 minute.
Damn.
Well, I would just like to say I don't have to do anything but just watch because Noe is doing a damn good job of him taking himself down. Like, oh my Lord, get out of his way.
Yeah.
So, would you like to, with your lawyer present, Jinx, respond to the accusations? Or
Yeah, like I'm sorry, the only hand signal I know is flipping the bird. I don't know any other sign language or any secret messages or anything like that. Sorry, not sorry. I don't. Again, I'm just there to view. Like, you are doing a damn good job of taking your own self down. So I'm just watching your self-destruction. And I'm sorry, you should put your shovel down. Put the shovel down.
Yep. So the next part is the interesting part, because some moron decided that they'd jump up and they'd talk. Now, I only took a snippet of what he said because I genuinely couldn't give a fuck what he says. That guy is the prof. And before we delve into that, get ready, prof, because I'm about to expose your research center where you get all your information for your cases. The prof, ladies and gentlemen, unlike me, I go into a case, and most creators do this. They get as many articles as they can, and they write up notes in key moments and things like that. They remember as much as they can, and they get as many clips as they can, so you guys get a visual of what's being said and whatnot. The prof, he likes to go to social media. And here is the prof's social media. Here he is threatening a woman. Yeah, again, a woman. What a man. What a man. It's funny, prof, that you threaten women when you have a woman's hairstyle. Pay no attention to the old hags running their mouths. I mean, the saggle-tooth whores. I mean, the queen of misinformation. Prof. Pot Kettle Black, you are literally the king of misinformation. Everything you put out on Delphi is something that was already out there years before you come along, that was on Facebook in the comment sections. You gathered it up and started a channel. Yeah? Because you was no longer wanted on the channels that you were participating with. Okay? Now I know that you watch Prof because you privacy strike me on all the Donovan stuff all the time and have failed to no avail. I mean, the See You Next Tuesdays who can't get over one thing I said 4 months ago. Because, Prof, what we do as creators, we build a timeline. Your timeline is precious to us. And I'll tell you why. Because you change your narrative when you get called out on it, but you do it on the sly. And then when you get called out on it again, when you come up with a new narrative, you think you can just say, well, I said that 4 months ago. How many times can you say that before your followers realise you're a fucking idiot? I'll tell you. Your followers, your little core little group, they'll stick with you. What is it? You've got 20, 30 followers that will stick with you for life because they are idiots. Yeah? I'm talking about Dirty Diana, Renee. I'm talking about your little friend Charlie. Yeah? Him. Necessary Evil. Yeah? Shibby. The guy that your guys all call funny, but he couldn't crack a fart in a fucking... I mean the Fosters. Listen, that guy couldn't get pissed in a brewery. He couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. He's a fucking clown. All your fucking chat are clowns. Why? Because they promote and encourage your bullshit. I will say this. Have you ever noticed, yeah? None of Rick Snay's followers come over to your lives. But all your followers go over to his. That should be a red flag in itself, mate. If I was so wrong, you wouldn't have my, and I'm guessing he says, name in your mouth. Mate, the reason you are in everybody's mouth is because you are so wrong. You're vulgar. You scream paedophile when your son's a convicted paedophile. Yeah, he's on the register. Here is some more of his artistic research. I mean, the ratchet ass beige who stole an old woman's life by banging her teacher. Didn't your son groom your students? Asking for a friend. Yeah. Didn't he, in fact, groom his students at the pool? Asking for a friend. Why are you in true crime, Prof? Because I'm pretty sure your son threatened one of the minors, or multiple of them. I don't know. I didn't quite read that bit as much as I should. But didn't he threaten one of the minors with a case that was very popular before you were around? My guess is, Prof, all those little pictures of children online, you, sir, are gathering them all up. Now, we all know that you're having a few tuggies to crime scene photos because you're disgusting, you're vulgar, you're a piece of shit, mate. Oh, ha, ha, wow, you mad. Grown-ass dude acting like a bitch. Yeah, I agree with that. In fact, if I knew this person was and I wasn't banned from the Prof's Twitter, I'd like it. Now, Prof banned me from Twitter because I was posting them documents all over. The part where it says that his son is a registered sex offender. At first, he was denying that it was his son. Now he wants to play victim. Well, Prof, I think you're getting a bit too big for your boots. I think you're running your mouth a little too much. I mean, okay, that's the same screenshot. So I will just warn you of a man running around causing havoc amongst your community. Criminal court after cutting off 37 man buns in one day claims he was doing the Lord's work, and yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
If we was to get Robin with his hair down, which we've already done, but to get a back picture, you would see Lord Voldemort's face. Okay,
Lunch lady.
hold on.
Lunch lady.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me sort this out. Yeah, that's overturn that. Okay. So, Prof. Man buns beware. Yeah. Let's go back to the chat quickly before we play the clip of Mr. Prof spouting the word paedophile, like he's not from a family of paedophiles.
Yeah, it's kind of funny
Remember,
how he
this is the
skews the
man.
lines a lot of the times. You know, he's got more than one brother, but he tries to act like, you know, it's all getting hodgepodged. And then he also acts like he has only one son, but he's obviously got two, and he tries to hodgepodge and mesh that together as well. He's not a very honest person.
Prof takes over creators' content and use it. Yeah, he doesn't do it under fair use either. See, this is fair use.
And why does he keep showing pictures of my hand? I mean, thank you, by the way, because you're just disproving your story of telling people that I got my finger blown off in a meth explosion. I mean, clearly you can tell by the little damage that's on my hand because it was removed by a doctor because it was smashed. But there's that. It's weird, though. It's really weird that you keep showing pictures of my hand. And I know that you got it from an old Discord that you were a secret member in and nobody knew about, which was Reggie Dunlop's. But again, it's super weird of you to keep showing pictures of my hand.
Yeah. Hang on, we got a response here. It's not Prof's fault. He blamed wife Lilith and I for feeding him bad information for all the bullshit conspiracy theories he was spreading. I'd like to see the king of screenshots prove that. Hold my beer.
Oof.
Sorry, Coke.
Oh, Ruckus. He's just mad because you cock blocked him. You know,
Yeah.
Desi. Oh, Desi.
So I'd just like to point out, Prof, pot kettle black, mate. Pot kettle black. You might think that you're safe on the interwebs, but you're not, because you are a predator, mate. And once this bigger community spots you, they're going to come for you, mate. Because as soon as I start hearing your name, I'm going to start dropping documents. And I'm going to drop them to these creators because I know them. I've had conversations with them. I've been on their panels. Well, it probably is true because you see, the thing is about Shibby, he's a little fucking weirdo. Yeah. What's this? LA and I had a proper laugh about that, Jinx.
You know, I'm so sad that LA deleted that live. I mean, she was showing her true colors, and I'm sure that Prof was really upset that she was talking like that around LA.
Okay, so let's play this clip of Alex and the weirdo, the pervert, the pedophile.
Position right now, in terms of,
Very good.
yeah, he can't be smeared. Like, basically, if he gets smeared, it smears other people, basically, you know. So he's like, he's in a good spot as far as like community, as far as like connections and shit like that, you know. But yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I mean, shit, dude. It's fuck. Man. It's one of those things,
Yeah,
man.
but that Buster Hernandez, like, there's like there's an interesting aspect to that story that Skip brought about with the ICAC and the development of that, and how, when it truly does look like they thought that when they went and they subpoenaed all his records and went through that, they thought they were going to find him connected to Delphi, and then allegedly they never did. And it's just kind of funny because, yeah, I start to think, well, what are the odds that you got more than one pedophile, satanic, child predator operating on the internet in Indiana? And it's like, are you trying to tell me there's the Buster Hernandez universe, and then there's the Keegan Klein universe? Well, what about all the other orbiters of Delphi that are
Yeah,
still out here? Like, how many circles of pedophiles are interacting on the web in Indiana? Just, it seems unlikely. I think it's one big thing, and they're
yeah,
trying to section off all these various people and like keep them isolated, or these various factions.
yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
think I think I think every time they bring this shit out, they're trying to isolate from the others, and it just seems way
yeah,
unlikely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah, they all kind of. Yeah, I kind of have a feeling for it. You know, I'm kind of like at this point, dude. It's like we knew, like, was it last year? You couldn't go wrong with oscillating between the hit or the ritual, but if it was a ritual, it was not what they were saying, you know. But as long as like we said if you stay back then, remember Criminal Underworld, then we couldn't go wrong, you know. And it's been panning out pretty good, you know. But yeah, we'll see what else. I'm glad we're off the single POI shit. That shit fucking
That's why they mocked you bad, because it is criminal underworld, and of course they mock everything you say that's accurate. That's what they mock. You know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
It was crazy,
Where's
dude. Yeah.
Ramos? I think I'm gonna have to get out of here, but come on, Noe.
So he did point out some very truthful facts. There are paedophiles online, and they are in family circles, aren't they, Robin? Aren't they, Prof? Yeah.
Mm.
So what I have to ask you, Robin, Prof, whatever you want to go by, because you're not a professor, we know that. Um,
Yeah.
were you, your brother, and your son a ring? Because I find it highly suspicious that now you're talking sexually about two murdered teens. Not only do I find it
And
suspicious that you're
and didn't he say he wanted to make a dictionary of these words of verbiage that the pedophiles use? He wants to, with Alex, under the guidance of Adrian, they're going to write a dictionary of pedophile words,
well, my
Why?
warning to
That's
Alex
it.
and
That's
Andrew:
speaking because you've got knowledge.
get yourselves off the internet, because I'll come for you next. It's disgusting what you do. It's genuinely disgusting. You're putting out misinformation about people, yeah, about human beings. Alex, you had it with Louise. Louise proved you wrong. She come up here. She had a voice. Adrian, I can't even explain your content. I don't even. What even is it? Huh? Anybody? No. Dots. Yeah, Ilta. Yeah, that's very true.
Very true.
See, what the prof likes to do is he likes to intimidate, and he likes to threaten, and he likes to dox. Well, we now know he can't do any of those things, can he? Yeah.
Oh, he said he just
So,
accidentally did that to me. And
oh,
I kind of looked into it and I spoke to an attorney and every single time that he's ever showed my home address on his live stream in his little slideshows has been documented and submitted for real, actually. And if anything ever happens to my home, he's going to be held culpable as well. Thanks. Thanks.
yeah. So, Prof, you've made threats online. You've threatened women. Yeah. You like to dox people as a form of intimidation. You go around on social media harassing people, tagging them in things, trying to hope that they take down their platforms. Well, this platform ain't going nowhere. You tried that, it ain't going nowhere. I will tell you, I'm prepared for what you're about to do, and I'm waiting on it. So bring it on, bitch boy. But I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, the prof will not win. He will not. He will not make a living from doing these cases the way he does. And I'll tell you why. There are plenty of creators waiting to sink their teeth into his son. There are plenty of creators ready to call out the
Yeah.
fact that he mirrors his son's actions. Where
Hmm.
did his son learn those actions?
Hmm.
Why does he talk sexually about two murdered teens?
Ooh.
Hmm? Why was he so
Yeah.
obsessed with getting crime scene photos that are now, by the way, sealed? Yeah. So if you have those crime scene photos, you are committing an offence. Robin, we know you probably haven't plastered on your wall because you're that vulgar. Yeah. You are a vile, vile man, a little man. Let me show you guys something. The prof is a little man. You can see in this little clip of him just how short he really is. Okay. What you're about to see is him over exaggerating a laugh, looking ridiculous, and looking very, very short. He's around about 5 foot. I don't care what he says. I'm 5'5". No, you're 5 foot, mate. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to really look at him. Look at his look at his frame. This man could basically class himself as a dwarf. How about that? Mini man. Yeah. Little prof, ladies and gentlemen. So when he's saying they're attacking little prof, they're attacking Donovan, the convicted paedophile. Yeah. Not little prof. Nobody cares to attack little prof. We're not like you, Robin. We don't attack minors. Yeah. And we certainly don't do what you do to them. He wants to make money off all of this. He does. And he has done very successfully. He also sends himself super chats under other names to try and get people to send super chats. Yeah. He's pathetic. Uh, Astral projects. I have court documents stating that he owes tax money. He didn't file his taxes for a whole year. He's now trying to beat the rush and do it now, but he won't get far. That box is speeding up. Yeah, I agree with this. I can't even hate watching. He's that disgusting. He really is that disgusting. He really is. He's Jesus Christ. Guys, stop commenting. Yeah, he screams. He screams so many things. I don't even know what to say about him other than enjoy the life you have created, because I promise you, very soon YouTube am done with you. Not only am YouTube done with you, so will the community. I'm telling you now, ladies and gentlemen, as well. The people around him are very much like him. Rebecca Ann, yeah, Rebecca Ann, his moderator, likes to harass people online and has actually committed HIPAA offences. Yeah, they are.
Well, Ruckus, you've met me in person. What would you say? No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I shouldn't have asked that question.
I'll mute.
Huh?
I said, I'll mute.
Yeah, please mute me again so I don't ask any more dumb questions, especially of Ruckus.
I've met Alex in person and he's very meek and quiet. I'd imagine the prof will be the same when that day comes. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Lee, is there anything you'd like to add to what you've come up to say and things like that?
Just a sort of general piece of advice. If you're gonna talk about the crimes you've committed, don't do it on a fucking recorded jail call. That's like good life advice. And that's all I would say.
And don't make threats on top of it.
Don't make threats. Don't talk about the crimes you've already committed. Don't commit new crimes while being recorded in the jail. It's just bad form. It's frowned upon. It won't go well for you. So don't do it. That's it.
If anybody would like to donate to the channel towards StreamYard, flyers for missing people, and things like that, you can do through the links that I've just dropped. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. We now have a valuable asset to the team, as you know, that will help with when we go over documents in the future and things like that, if he wishes to.
Me?
And
Me?
yeah.
Oh yeah, right on. Go
Yeah,
on,
Lee, thank you so much.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you for staying up. Because it's in the UK, it's actually nearly 11 o'clock. So,
Oh, yeah.
Vince,
Love you
any
back.
final words from you?
Good luck keeping it out your butt, Noe. Love you, bye.
You heard that? Good luck keeping it out your butt, Noy. Enjoy your footlongs. Lee, thank you for coming up as well. I will be in voices. Anybody would like a link to the Discord, I'm going to drop the link now. If you are one of Prof's friends, you'll find yourself kicked out faster than, well, anything. I won't play with you. So here's the link to the Discord. Links to the Facebook group and other things have been dropped throughout the chat. Catch it on the replay and you'll get them. Here's the Discord link. Okay, thank you for coming, guys. I've been Frank. You've been the audience.